Welcome CSC230W1 for fall 2023 to your MyWarren course tour. This shouldn't take very long since most people taking this course have probably taken other courses at Warren and probably used MyWarren before, but I'll just give you a brief little overview of what's going on in here. I'm in student view right now. Now remember to always look at your announcements and read more. I don't put these here just because I like typing things. I'll put a lot of instructions in here. Also, some of these things are required in here, finding your way through e-learning, which I'm doing right now, so that's not a big deal. This I put up before the semester. I'll have a more detailed announcement that'll have your Unit 1 assignments in it, but this just shows that there's an instructor welcome and there's a new MyWarren tour, which I'm doing right now. So that'll be the second video in the list after my in-person welcome video. And also technology needs, we'll be using probably Replit most of the semester, so you don't have to purchase anything. You'll work in a browser and it's pretty easy to use, and you might have used it in CSC103. So that's all you need to know about the announcements. I'll try to copy announcements into emails as well. And just to go over some of this stuff over here, I mentioned announcements, course information. I teach all online this semester. I'm not on campus very much, but if you need to meet with me on campus, I will probably be on campus maybe twice a month or so on a Tuesday. So if that's something that works out. Otherwise, I can do virtual meetings with you, Zoom meetings. I don't know if we're going to use Microsoft Teams or something like that. I can also record videos and go through your stuff, and email back and forth is usually fine. Sometimes people email me. I'll go and look in your Replit account, look at your code, and just give you some feedback. Sometimes I'll record a video, but this is the information about me and a picture of me. I don't look that creepy in person, hopefully not. Sometimes I look creepy when I smile. But anyway, the syllabus is right here. That's for the fall. There is no Cengage book that we've been using. They have some of them, but there's so many materials online that it's really not necessary to really follow a book the way we want to do it. And web development is so widespread, it's really hard to narrow into something and have it limited to a book. So we have a lot of different resources. So that's your syllabus right now. You could click on it, you could print it, you could scroll through it, anything like that. It has information about me, other courses. CSC115 hasn't run for a long time. This course is pretty much the first level course for web development. Hopefully you had Intro to Computing to get a little intro to this. There's also a CSC235 running this semester as well, which is like a second version of this, more of an advanced, where it will deal more with some JavaScript and frameworks and more advanced concepts in web development. But that's the syllabus. The discussion board, I'll just mention this. Make sure you do it. Some people don't do it or skip it, but it's 10 points each unit. That's like 150 points. Some of them may be worth more. It's a good way to get some feedback and to discuss some things that we don't discuss from just watching videos, to get a little more interaction. So make sure you do these. It also counts as attendance in an online class, so make sure you do them. Student introductions will count as the first Unit 1 discussion, and then Unit 2 will have other things going on. And these may change. So most of these are from last semester. So some of these will change a little bit as we encounter different topics. Sometimes we'll discuss them a little bit more. I don't always put a ton of time into those, so I'm usually rushed with these at the end, but I'll try to make these a little more meaningful for us throughout the semester. Also, I have my introduction in here. I think I put a more casual picture in there. Yeah, I did. I put a more casual picture other than that creepy one. That's more what I look like when I'm recording videos and things like that. So back to documents and resources. I just want to point this out. This isn't all populated yet, but I just want to point out that handouts are notes and bookmarks are usually links to websites. So handouts will be notes from different exercises that we do. Sometimes I get behind on the PDF notes because over the past couple semesters I developed a lot of new exercises and I recorded a lot of new videos, which took a lot of time, and I didn't always have time to go back and make PDFs, because basically what I'm doing is I'm going through the video and just typing out all the instructions step by step. So I'll try to update most of these throughout the semester, because some people do like having these, like to go through the instructions, but a lot of people just watch the video. So I'll try to update those as much as I can this semester for anybody who's working ahead. I have different skill levels in this class. Some people are beginners, some people already have a lot of experience, so it's a little bit of a challenge throughout the semester. But anyway, the handouts are your PDF notes that you can print out or just look at. And these are probably not updated yet, so I will update these throughout the semester. And bookmarks are your links, and you'll see links to things like the YouTube playlist, which this video will be in, and also W3 Schools will be using MDN, which is the Mozilla Developer Network, which is a little more technical than W3 Schools, but W3 Schools is great for beginners. I like it. The Replit IDE we'll be using, and I'll be adding other resources in here throughout the semester for things like getting color, for using Emmet, special characters. A lot of the stuff we can get through W3 Schools. That's why I like using it. Some people criticize it, but that's kind of from years ago. They used to have mistakes in it and stuff years ago, but it's a lot better now, and they have a nice little try it area. So I have no problem with it. I do not criticize it. I'm sure it's not as comprehensive as maybe some other sites, but when you're a beginner, I think it works pretty well, and they cover a lot of areas, anything from HTML to CSS to JavaScript to Python to PHP to MySQL, all kinds of things. So I like it. I have no problem with it. I haven't encountered an area where I thought, oh, I don't really like it. So anyway, we use that as a nice resource. We do have some books. I don't have it listed. There's a Shay Howe book that we'll use as kind of a textbook, which is a nice one. I'll put it here in here because I don't see it in the list right now. Sometimes things disappear from semester to semester. I don't know why, but I'll put it back in here. I think I have it somewhere, maybe in a coursework for reading. But attendance, again, do your discussion boards. That counts as attendance. Course calendar, I don't look at much. Coursework, let's just take a look at this. When you come here, there'll be nothing here now because I don't have any assignments open yet because this is before the semester. This says this unit begins on 11/13. Oh, this is course survey. That's a survey you'll do in the course. This isn't mine. This is from the administration. So this is like an evaluation, I guess you do on the course. So that'll be in November. The first unit is not open yet. That'll open up on 9/6, which is a Wednesday. And units will go Wednesday to Tuesday, and then a new unit will open up on a Wednesday. Sometimes towards the end of the semester, we'll kind of overlap. We'll kind of go through multiple units with one project because it's a longer project. Projects don't always work in one unit. So in the end, you'll see something that'll be like, why isn't there a project here? And that's because you'll still be working on the previous project. Again, some people work faster, some people work slower. Don't put this stuff off. If you have problems in the beginning, let me know, because I have people who are trying to catch up on everything at the end of the semester, and it's really difficult to do it that way. You'll be wishing you did it in September and not in December when they're playing holiday music and you're working on stuff from September. So make sure you do your work early on or try to stay up. I'm not an ultimate stickler on you have to have it due by midnight on that particular due date. You can get things done when you need to get them done, but try to keep up with these units as you go. So don't email me at 11:30 telling me, oh, it's going to be late. That's okay. I don't care if it's going to be late. Just get it done. Sometimes it takes me longer to go through everything and grade them anyway. So just work at your own pace. Just don't get behind and be at unit 5 and you didn't start anything yet. Don't procrastinate. That's all I can tell you with that. And what I'll do is I'll show you some assignments for the first unit here. I'll go back to my instructor view because I can see them when you can't. So what you'll do for the first unit, there's an email confirmation. I do this in all my online classes just to get communication settled so that I have the right email, and some people change their email, some people don't get an email. So you'll have to check spam and check things. I'll have to check and make sure it's the right email in MyWarren. If you need to change your email in MyWarren, you have to do that. I can't do that. And I think you can do that right up here through your settings. You can do that. I always have to kind of email instructions for that because I'm not always sure of the entire process for that. It's a little different than mine as an instructor. There'll be a student introduction discussion board where you could just give some information about yourself, classes you've taken, what you're majoring in, where you are academically and in your education, and also some personal stuff so I know what's going on. It helps people get to know each other a little bit better. You're not required to put a picture in there of yourself, but you could put a little thumbnail pic of yourself so I know who I'm dealing with, and it feels more like a real class so I know who people are. If you feel uncomfortable with that, you don't have to do that, but it's usually nice to kind of know who people are. There's a student survey where it's kind of a multiple choice, and I ask you some things about online learning. I ask you about software and browsers and platforms, so I know more about you coming in, especially from the beginning, so it helps me kind of address any issues that may come up about software or anything else, or also get to know the different skill levels that may be in the class. I think there's like 18 people in here. There'll be beginners, there'll be people who've taken programming and have done a lot of things. I had someone last semester who already did WordPress sites and stuff like that. So, they wanted to move quicker. So there's all kinds of students I encounter in these classes. So the student survey helps me anticipate some things a little bit. There's also a pre-test just to see what you know. And if you fail it, that's okay. If you do great, that's okay. It just kind of gives me an idea of where you're at, what you know already. And you're not meant to look things up. So don't look things up for this. Don't go to the pretest and go in W3 schools and start trying to get 100%. I want to know where you're at. I'd rather see everybody failed and you had stuff to learn rather than you looked everything up. That said, keep in mind when you do your student survey, you're going to get an F on that. It'll say 0, and then you'll send me a mean email like, how did I get an F on a survey? Well, if you're watching this video right now, I'm telling you, you will not get an F on it. You'll get 100%, and I will go through and update all of them. But the way the survey's set up, unless everything's checked, it makes answers incorrect. It's like it doesn't know how to do a survey in MyWarren. But I will update those. So you will get 100% on this. Also, your pretest, even if you fail your pretest horribly, I will give you bonus points so you get 100%. So that's to encourage you to do it. So don't worry about how you do, just worry about doing it. And then your first assignment will be creating a Replit account. I already have a new video in there for the fall of doing that. You're basically just going to set up kind of your main site where we'll put exercise folders in there, and you'll send it to me. That way I know how to get to your stuff easily without you having to even send it all the time. I'll have all that. I put it in a Word document. I could always click on your links and get to it right away. And by the way, when you email me with any issues, make sure you always put it's this class and put your name so I know who you are, because I teach a number of classes. And if you say open up assignment 2 or quiz 2, can I take it over? First of all, tell me who you are, and then also let me know what course and section you're in. It's just easier to come here and find things. So and if I ever forget to open something up, if I ever say, oh, Unit 2, there's all these assignments open, and you go there and it's like Thursday and nothing's open up, it means I didn't click on these little things to open them. Sometimes they're hard to see. It used to say open and closed. It was very easy to see if something was open and closed, but these little locks are hard to see. And as I get older, it's hard to see these little locks here with my eyes. So sometimes I forget to do that, or I have a number of courses and I forget it's Wednesday and I didn't open all those things up. I did the announcement, I didn't do that. So, don't be afraid to remind me of that. You don't have to be sarcastic about it or anything. But again, about sarcasm, remember, you're going to get a 0 on your student survey until I update it. But you will get 100%. You will get 100% in your pretest, and you'll get graded on creating your Replit accounts. So try to get this done before next Tuesday so we can move on to other stuff. Again, if it's 11:30 and you don't think you're going to get it done until Wednesday, you don't have to email me. Just get it done. If there's anything going on in your life or anywhere that you're going to fall behind for a week or two, you have to go away somewhere, you have an emergency, just let me know. That way I know. And also, if you're not doing anything, keep track of your grade book, because your grade book may not show grades in there yet. I may not have updated them. So if you're not doing anything and it still says you have an A, it doesn't mean you have an A. It just means the grades haven't been updated. So don't think that you're doing well and then suddenly you have a lower grade. You have to do work, you have to do assignments. So sometimes I'll wait to grade them because, maybe I'm waiting for you to get started or doing something. I try to be patient with that, but, at some point I'll update all the grades and then your grade will go down and you'll be like, well, what happened? It's because you didn't do anything. So I have to mention that because it happens every semester. So this is your Unit 1 stuff. So I'll put an announcement for that so you know everything to do. If you don't like to read it, I'll put all the instructions for reading your announcement. So I'm telling you now about some of this stuff in case you're not going to read the announcement. But please read the announcement because, that way it saves a lot of time with emails and things like that. So that's what you're going to do for Unit 1. I think that's all you need to know pretty much for your MyWarren course tour. When you put assignments in, just like the first video, you're going to put them in as comments. So there'll just be links in there. I think we'll be fine. And if you've done this before, I think you'll be good. So I don't think I have to show anything else here in MyWarren. If you have any issues with passwords or anything like that, go to the home area, for your student ID and all that kind of stuff. And that's about it. So looking forward to getting this semester started and getting to work in here. You can email me if you have any questions at home@warren.edu. Wait for the email. Don't send one right now and be like, here's my email. Wait till I send one. And I do that so that I can make sure that everybody has the right email listed in MyWarren and that everybody's getting the emails. Just a way to get started, making sure communication is working for the semester in an online course, because that's important. If I can't communicate with you, it's hard to take an online course. And again, all my videos will be in a playlist. A lot of the videos will be from spring 2023 because I recorded a lot of new videos in the spring. So they'll be updated, but sometimes I'll update them and say, well, use a fall image instead of a spring image or whatever. But it takes a lot of time to record videos and edit videos and post videos. So if I don't have to record them new, I won't. But sometimes I'll just update them. So, look for those in the playlist. It's not that I'm lazy and don't want to record new videos. It's just there's not enough hours in the day to record new videos for every single assignment, when it's just going through code and things like that. So anyway, welcome to the semester, CSC230W1 for fall 2023. Eager to get started on Wednesday, November 6th. And you should see an announcement later in the day